Bus stop. I hated catching the bus to work, but I tried to make the most of the situation. I learned techniques to keep myself looking nice after walking a mile in the Florida sun each morning. Back then, I had straight, relaxed hair, which took some care to avoid frizz. I still remember keeping my hair wrapped in a satin scarf until I got to work each day, so the morning dew and humidity wouldn't leave it in a frizzy mess by the time I got to work. I would wait until I got to work to comb out my hair. It became my normal routine each day. I also kept personal care items in my purse so I could freshen up once I got to work. I tried to understand why he couldn't take me to work and pick me up each day in the car I was paying for. I struggled to understand why he needed the car if he wasn't going to work. Why couldn't he be the one without the car during the day since I was the one working? I felt so bad about this, and I would find myself just needing to hear from someone else who understood what I was experiencing so I could get some understanding. I felt ashamed. I felt tired. I wanted to drive to work or at least get a ride to work sometimes. Didn't being the house breadwinner at least qualify me for that? At the time, there was not as much awareness and talk about financial abuse and isolation as there is today. Back then, I didn't have a name to describe how I was being treated or what I was experiencing. The terms financial abuse and isolation weren't part of my vocabulary back then. It took me years of being in the relationship to realize that this was financial abuse, which was designed to keep me dependent and stuck. His refusal to contribute to the household income only added to the feeling of being trapped, making me think that leaving wouldn't change my financial situation. And not having access to the car further isolated me, limiting my social life to work and a few occasional visitors he approved of. Looking back, those were tough times. This illustrates how financial abuse and isolation are sneaky aspects of domestic violence that make you feel trapped. Just remember, abuse is abuse, even if it doesn't leave physical scars.